Hey everybody, Monica with King's Titan Homestead. One of my favorite things just came in the mail. Baker's Creek, my seed order. All right. It's kind of, let's see what I got. I can't even remember what I ordered. Baker's Creek is a horrible catalog for me to go into because they just swoon me with the way that they advertise their plants, and I'm just going, oh my gosh, you guys gotta stop. The gorgeous photographs, the ideas to how to use these plants once you grow them, and what's fabulous is that everything from them is an heirloom. And so as long as you don't have too bad of cross-pollination, or if you pay attention to that kind of thing, you can save the seeds and then you don't have to buy them anymore. So candy roaster. This did really well last year for Cheryl. Not for me, but for Cheryl. I grew it, and it was doing really well, and then all of a sudden, a wind came and it uplifted the trellis that it was growing on, and when it came back down, it landed right on it, and then also the metal was causing the vines to get too hot. So it was just in a bad spot. So I am definitely going to try it again. Cheryl did leave some of hers to go to the vine completely died. So we're not sure if those seeds will be viable or not. And because of that, I just love these. I absolutely love candy roasters. They are so sweet. It's like one of those must-haves for my garden, and it does well here in southern Arizona. So does the long bean, or the Chinese green bean. This does really well. One year I had one plant, just one, growing up into a mesquite tree. I had made it on a trellis so that the canopy of the mesquite tree caught them right at the end. And it was fabulous because I had some green beans just hanging out of the mesquite tree. This is another one, is one of my must-haves. So we have wild miner's lettuce in places in Arizona. Excuse me. I've never found it, but I'm going to grow it. I was so excited when I saw that they actually have the seeds so that I can put in some of my own and have them right here on the property, and I hope that they become prolific so that I can just have them from year to year. Mizuna. I think I'm saying that right. I am not sure. Traditional heirloom of Japan, under the radar culinary gem, buttery, tender, and mild mustard green, eaten raw in salads or lightly stir-fried. So I picked this. I've never used it before, never tried it, never even tasted it, but that whole buttery, tender, and mild mustard. Dan likes the very mild. I like the stronger ones, but when I'm cooking for Dan, I need to pay attention to what we'll both eat and grow stuff that we'll both like. So this is something that I'm going to try for Dan. Hopefully it'll do really well here in southern Arizona. This is for the bees. Lion's ear. I've seen a lot of people have this in their bee gardens, their pollinator gardens, and this is just something I'm going to stick in between the tomatoes and stuff, and just have something for the bees. You want to draw the pollinator plants to your garden. I got this salad burnet after I realized I already have a packet of this to try. I got it because someone up in the Phoenix area had saved the seeds and was selling them, or asking for donations through one of the growers up there. I can't remember what club it was, but I went to the Arizona Honeybee Festival and they were set up there. And I got the salad burnet. So it's basically a European green with delicate flavor, tasty in salads, great cucumber-like flavor, and a hardy perennial. Since somebody here in Arizona is already growing it with success, saving seeds, I'm pretty excited. I have a couple of them now, a couple packets of them. And the fact that, again, it's a delicate flavor means it's for Dan's palate. No picture. Mennonite sorghum. Just another experiment. I've never grown sorghum, so that's something that I'm hoping to try. And then lovage. Leaves and seeds impart a nice celery taste. Used in soup, salads, pickles, and more. Always looking for an alternative to celery because I seem to have a difficult time. I grew celery great one year, and then the next 3 years after, not so good. So always looking for an alternative to celery. I've got some great stuff. Boko spinach. Tasty and versatile green is one of the most drought and heat tolerant edible plants we know. Do I need to say more? Never tried it. This is one of those experiments that I'm going to be running this year. This one, jelly beans, California poppy, was just a little different color in the California poppies. California poppies, there's a wild type that it's a nice orange California poppy that is prolific in southern Arizona, wild. And so just adding another extra color to my gardens. Honey nut squash. Honey nut, please. That's got to go in. Never had it before, so hopefully. Bloody dock, yes. I've grown it. It's great. It grows great. I don't have my greenhouse right now, and so the one plant that I had going, I had it for like, I think a year and a half, just nibbling on it all the time, and it got burnt in the cold weather. So got that one. Never grown a barley before, so putting that one in. Oyster leaf, perennial, grows wild along the Scottish coast. Thick, tender leaves, perfect in salad and other raw dishes. This might not do well here, so we'll see. It says hardy to zone 3. We're like zone 9. But it might be too hot for it is what I'm thinking. Butterfly bush, again, for the bees, definitely have grown them here. And the black cosmos. I had picked up one plant from Mesquite Valley Growers, and I love it. The bees love it. It smells like chocolate. Beautiful plant. So picked up some of those because I had a beetle eating the leaves and stuff off of it. I didn't really get to collect many seeds from that one this year. I'm hoping I get to do more. Marshmallow Perennial, an African native, original source of an Egyptian confection, which evolved into today's marshmallows, also eaten as a vegetable. Kind of excited about this. I think that the globe mallow is in the marshmallow family, and those, of course, are edible too. Those are a native to southern Arizona. And I'm just thinking the fact that it's African native and that it's at Egypt, they have similar growing as us because of the low water and the high heat. So hopefully that'll do well. It'll be just something unique that I'm just going to add to the garden. This was a free seed that came with my order. Mizuna, oh my gosh. You can ask Sandra with the Careless Coyote from the Arivaca Farmers Market how much I love Mizuna. I'm always asking, do you have any Mizuna? Is there any Mizuna ready? Mizuna. I love Mizuna. So definitely going to have to be putting some of that in. Honey boat, again, anything, honey, it's going to be should be a sweet squash. Radish tail, if you've watched any of our videos before, you know that the radish tail is one of my favorites. I grew green radish tail last year, and I did gather the seeds, and then they came out with red. I'm just a sucker, just a total sucker. Tung ho. Big leaf tung ho. This is a chrysanthemum. It's a chop suey green, extra large leaves, beautiful edible flowers. Make this a favorite in China. I've tasted it. I actually very much like that. It's great in the stir fries. If you've heard me too, I talk about dandelions being very beneficial for bees. Have you seen a pink one? Oh my gosh. Pink dandelion. Yeah. And all parts of the dandelion are beneficial and edible. Amaranth. Just another, I had the red amaranth from last year, still have seeds from that. they're popping up as volunteers. Really happy with that. So the more volunteers I can have, the happier I'll be. Amaranth is like a spinach, both beneficial for me and the bees. So that's just an extra type that I put in. This is another type of dandelion. Again, flowers for the bees, plant for me. Garden huckleberry. So if you watched any of the previous videos, I did get a huckleberry plant from Eco Grow here in Tucson, and it was just one plant. The berries are very tart if you eat them by themselves, but you're supposed to be able to bake them like in pies, make a huckleberry pie, and it's supposed to alter them to be very sweet and be like a blackberry. And Dan's not a big, he loves blackberries, but he hates all the seeds in the blackberries in the pies. So I'm really would like to have a bunch of more of the huckleberry. When I saw that they had seeds available, I jumped right on that one. Strawberry spinach, this will be the second time that I'm going to attempt to grow this. It popped up last year, and I think something ate it. I think grasshoppers ate it. So going to try again on that. Wax melon, isn't he adorable? He's just a cutie. Anyway, so a popular wax melon variety in China, named for the long dark fruit, which resembles a bullet. I just thought that was cool. So yeah, Marigold, Mexican mint. So I think Tina just gave me this plant for the pollinator garden. So yeah, tender perennial, late blooming marigold, great in teas and other drinks for flavoring many dishes. It's a Hispanic heirloom variety. I don't remember where Tina said she got hers from, but she got a plant and it said drought tolerant on it. And she actually ended up with 2 and gave me one of those. So that's definitely a good thing. So I already have that plant and it's doing well right now. Plantain, very medicinal plant. Pretty twist on a potent medicinal plant. Slightly bitter leaves make a fine spinach substitute. Also used for soothe bites, burns, rashes, and poison ivies. In Florida, we had wild plantains. Here in Arizona, I haven't seen any in my area, so I just wanted to start that in my medicinal garden, which we plan on putting in. Portulaca, moss rose. Bees love it, and it takes heat and drought. So, don't know if you are aware, but here in southern Arizona, we do get a lot of wild purslane. So it's kind of like that. So after the monsoon rains and stuff, we have purslane pop up. So probably plant the moss rose after the monsoon rains. I actually ended up with 2 packets of the chrysanthemum. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll see that I have the tiger viola. Aren't they adorable? These are just absolutely stunning flowers. I think they're really great. And I will show you here sometime how we're pressing them and using them in different art projects. Orich, I grew this last year. I grew the purple orich last year. So this is a mixed. And the one that I grew last year was from really, really old seeds, and they didn't get very tall. I'm more excited to try some of the fresher seeds. And then last but not least is a pink banana. Small banana plants produce the most stunning, glowing, brilliant pink banana you'll ever see. Relatively hardy, taking a few degrees of frost fairly well. So yeah, kind of excited. That's my stash. That was my order from Baker's Creek. So yeah, I love to thank them for being around. Baker's Creek is fabulous. If you've never visited their website or gotten their catalog in the mail, and I also did a little video not too long ago about their whole seed catalog and how it's a great investment. It's actually a collector's item for gardeners. So there's my Baker's Creek seed. Thank you.